welcome back to the Macmillan Hall. I hope you really have enjoyed the day. I've been hearing the most amazing things, and I've been also been able to see sitting quite a lot of the wonderful presentations that people did throughout the day. It's now time for our reflections, as usual. We're very happy this year that we have Saboohi Famili with us. Saboohi, as I said in the morning, she is a member of the advisory group, the Graciano London advisory group. She's been a very strong supporter of the work that the RSC does. And Saboohi is one person who truly understands what happens when we communicate well. They understand, when organizations understand the RSA offer. And today, we asked Saboohi to reflect on the day. I'm pretty sure all of you will have your ideas and feelings about today. But now we're giving up a space for Saboohi to talk about how she sees today and what she feels she's going to take away from here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Graciano. Good afternoon, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed the day. I certainly did. And as Graciano said, I have been a great supporter of the work of GISC over many years. You might have picked up that I'm not British. My accent is from Iran, for you not to sort of try to guess where it is from. It's a dodgy accent. People can't guess, because it has a mix of sort of French and Italian and Spanish, and the look doesn't go with the full Iranian. So people are always puzzled. So I put that out of the way so you know who you're dealing with. I have been in the UK for about 16 years, and I have been involved with the work of ILT and e-learning from the times where we had ILT champions. How many of you remember those? ILT champions, if you remember those. And it's a great pleasure in events like this where I come that I meet with fellow ILT champions from the past, and we still have the ILT curriculum champions mailing list going. And it's a great way of sharing some great innovations and questions and answers in a very collaborative way. But today, specifically for me, was doubly interesting, because as Graciano said, I am a member of the GISC advisory group, and I believe that that team and the group that we have contribute towards the future of the ILT in education and informing politicians, informing those who matter in what the sector wants. And as well as that, I have recently changed jobs, and when Graciano asked me if I would be able to do the plenary today, I was the principal of the Sutton College, and since then I've moved since 1st of June to Guernsey College. So today I was thinking, what's the relevance for my past college, which I am here representing, as well as what would be the relevance to Guernsey College. This year's theme of the session and theme of the conference was about teaching and learning. And we saw a great exhibition of a variety of tools and systems that we can use in enhancing what we would call administration of the teaching and learning. Things like the e-tracker, things like the systems with the phone systems. I walked through all the exhibitions and talked to people from the plagiarism, fantastic exhibitions of various resources that was available. And I think in a sense, with the use of technology, the cloud learning and the cloud space, the flexibilities has become far greater than what it was a few years ago. And I think we need to embrace that. And we saw a great variety of exhibitions, demonstrations, from colleagues who are embracing the cloud technology and using free facilities to enhance teaching and learning. I particularly enjoyed the morning session with Martin Compton, who was showcasing how various free resources are available, and you can simply use them without the need of highly technical ability. And how many of you are working within organizations that your staff or your colleagues are still struggling with technical aspect of things, and CPD on ILT is still a big issue. So the ease and simplicity of some of the resources was fantastic. And obviously looking at how in times of austerity, there is financial difficulties. A few years ago we were able to put interactive whiteboards in every classroom, and we had the funding. And now it has got to the point that those interactive whiteboards need replacing, and we don't have the money. And we need to find ways of doing things cheaper. And hearing people talking about initiatives where they would allow students to bring their own devices, work collaboratively together. We saw one of the sessions in the afternoon that I attended was the one with Morley College and the dancing exhibition, and that in particular attracted me very greatly because you can imagine being on Guernsey, having access to experts on the mainland. That would be a great attraction for the new college that I'm going to be at. So for me, in a sense, looking at the flexibility that the technology can bring and the affordability that it would bring is key. As an educationalist, one of the things that I passionately believe in is that learning should be any place, any pace, and at any time. And I believe that we are now living at an age that that is possible. And we need to bring that creativity and innovation from every single individual one of you and your colleagues within the organization and allow that to share. And I don't know about you, but when I looked at the program, I wished I had a magic wand that I could be in 2 places at once. There were so many interesting workshops set up, but the timing were overlapping, so I had to make a choice to be in one or the other. And I know that the GISC team would make sure that the presentation are available and so on, but you know that it's always best for you to be present at the presentation. We had the great support of GISC last year when we had the first South London Teaching and Learning Conference, and we invited a group of colleges that were in that region, and we held a regional Teaching and Learning Conference. And I would like to encourage you to do the same. We don't have to wait for the E-Factor 2015 to have opportunities to share our expertise. And it doesn't cost a huge amount. You know, it's experts who would be willingly sharing their experience and expertise with you. So think about when you go back to your own organizations, how can you replicate a mini version of this fantastic event that we have been at today with the view that you would get a local group going on. And again, with the use of technology, that local group can be up in the cloud and it can be shared across many regions. Again, my thanks goes to Adam. His presentation was fantastic. I don't know, were you all at his presentation when he was digging out gadgets from every pocket? It was just absolutely amazing. If I could bottle what he has, you know, I would be delighted to share that with my colleagues in any organizations that I work. The passion comes across. The innovation comes across, the fact that he would see relevance in every gadget that he sees into how it can enhance teaching and learning. And that's the passion that we need to encourage within our institutions and our organizations. And you see it and you know it. One of the last sort of workshops that I attended was the Code Academy. Unfortunately, I missed the beginning of that, but congratulations to you guys. Absolutely fantastic way of bringing very simple 1 hour interaction with your students to result in such fabulous results for your college. Very many congratulations for that. And again, there was a session that I missed, but I heard at the end where it was a help desk by students. I don't know which institution it was. DigiDesk. And I missed that, so I will be looking at that. But when people came back and they were coming in, they were talking about that and how wonderful it was, where the introduction was, these are our students, listen to them. I would like to put a plea to Graciano and the team at GISC that we should have more of our students here. The impact of teaching and learning and ILT and e-learning would be best heard when it has come from our students, when they share with us what has been the impact on them. So my final words for today is my thanks to GISC team. I'm sure you would appreciate that these events don't happen on their own, and they are fabulous. They are extremely responsive, specifically to a Middle Eastern haggler who doesn't have any money and always after their help and support. You have been a great support to me at Scola, and also hopefully you will continue with that in Guernsey. So put your hands together for the fantastic team at GISC. My final thanks to you for being here. Without you, this event would not happen. So many, many thanks for being here. Enjoy the drinks, and I hope the plenary for today was helpful to you. I have a plane to catch. Good night. Bye.
Thank you very much, Saboohi. Yeah, it is important. It does. We do feel it when we have somebody like Saboohi talking about the work that goes on in preparation for events like today, particularly because of her role as one of the validators of our work, being part of the advisory group. And also, of course, because of the longer history. Can I just say, we have loads of people to thank today. I don't know if I should start or finish with students, but one thing that Saboohi said is that impact of the work that we do, no matter what level, no matter which room you're sitting in, can only really be demonstrated when it's students themselves who are talking quite eloquently about how they benefit from the risks we take with technology. So thanks for all the students. Are there any of you still here with us today? Yeah? Which college again? Barnet Southgate. Back in Dagenham. Morley College. There's a fourth one, I believe.
Yeah,
Newick, they've gone. Shall we put our hands together to all the students here today? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, once again, we have to thank all the exhibitors who are here today, because what we do see is not so much how much people get from talking to them directly, but also how we pick up what people say about their products. We do, as an RSC, we have a real care to be an independent advisor. We will come and help you in any conversations with commercial providers if you're making big decisions. But when it comes to events like today, where we know the importance of working in very good partnerships, it is hearing what you say about the products they're saying that really makes us feel that we are on the right track. The people here together, lots of people wanting to present at these events, wanting to exhibit at these events, but we choose them with care so that they are really relevant for the work that you do. Big thanks again to Martin Compton and Adam Blackwood for the effort in sort of doing quite a lot. Martin, I think, did 2 sessions. Adam travelling all the way from wherever he lives to be here today. And I was sitting at Adam's session as well, and that was extremely pleasurable. I tried to guess. I counted 20 gadgets from the right pocket, 20 other gadgets from the other pocket, but I did lose count. So thanks Adam. I'm not sure if you're here today, still with us? Cheers, thanks for that. Is Martin still with us?
He's gone.
He's gone. For me, I went to bed at 11 o'clock yesterday thinking, is it all going to go okay?
This morning.
Because 2 or 3 nights ago, I saw Bernard, I saw Martin, I saw Max, I beg your pardon. So Max, where's Max? Max around? He's probably solving some technical problem somewhere, working until very late to ensure one presentation would run smoothly. And just yesterday in our team briefing, we were all very worried, but Max and Bernard reassured us all that it would all go okay, and it did. We are so pleased. This event, which for us has been one of the most technically challenged one, and we do appreciate that, because my background is ESOL. I taught Skills for Life at Hamlet's College, and I know how much support I needed from the IT guys to make sure that what I wanted to do could be done. And even now we work with a lot of colleges, and we know that they go through a lot of challenges to be able to put up anything that is basic, but that can be delivered in a consistent way. So thanks for the technical team, everybody there is sitting that worked in supporting the college. Thanks to Paul from Janet. Supposed to hear? Yeah. Because without the support of those people, we would be really struggling. This event, again, we started thinking about it back in January. And it was a true question. A question put to from funders. Is there anybody from the government agency here now? Okay. Because the question is, if we are any good, if the work that we do is really relevant, why has teaching and learning not changed? I was at a meeting recently with some other leaders in the sector, and I would answer that question with another question. I would say, change to what? I think it's really important that we really understand what is it that the end result is, but what we're doing is we are trying and testing things, and we don't really know where we're going to end up. But it's thanks to the how brave we have been that we have been able to implement quite a lot of changes in the way we work, and also to force the agenda to make sure that there is some sense in the use of technology that can be quite crazy at times. I think I'll finish now. Oh, actually, I will pass it to you, because one thing that I think is quite important is to ask you what your highlights of the day has been. Is anybody brave enough to say, I'll take this away with me today? We got Matt. Don't you shout or don't come forward?
I don't shout. It's the C word, collaboration. Everybody talk about collaboration. And that answers your question about what impact you've had on learning and teaching over the last 4 or 5 years. 5 years ago, people talked about collaboration in learning, but they didn't do it. And it was absolutely fantastic to see people doing collaboration in learning. It was just routine, and it was spontaneous, and it was engaging. That was fantastic.
Thank you. I'll reinforce that by saying that 2 years ago, when all the changes that we see in the sector started to happen, many felt collaboration would go away. The work that we've been doing has proven that it takes a lot of work, because it's about engaging with the right people, but also making sure that it is at the forefront of the reason why we're here. We're here to learn, we're here to deliver the best learning possible to our students, but we know that the best way of advancing much faster is through collaboration. Thanks for that. Anybody else would like to share a takeaway thought with us today?
Just one sentence, really. It's the bravery of the people who do these new innovative things, like the Code Club. In my view, it's brave innovation, and it's actually well done, and it's inspiring for other colleges probably to do the same thing.
Thank you very much. I hand that a student. Thank you.
I know that this is more of a staff kind of thing, but as a student point of view, it's kind of very intriguing and very interesting to see the kind of possibilities and kind of different ideas that are flowing around the different colleges and different education centres around.
Fantastic, thank you very much. I saw a hand over there. No? Okay. I will finish here. Yes, good reminder, Bernard, when it's about thanking people who are important, we have to have thank Collabco for the generals. Every year, nobody knows much about this, but the main drinks reception is offered by Collabco, our colleagues from Microsoft, so we have to say a big thank you for them for sponsoring us. And could I just ask you once more to put your hands together to Bernard, Elisabetta, Kavdev, Sharon, Martin, Max, Julian, Rosemary, who else is part of the winning team? And Sri, of course, for bringing this event today to you.
Can you stand, please, please?
This is the RSC team. Thank you very much.